All right, this is the daily chart of BBRY. I've been getting a lot of questions about BBRY, and well, I wanted to explain anyway, just in case there's some smart longs, BlackBerry longs still on the BlackBerry board. Basically, I posted a plan, and I want to talk about the plan before I talk about the stock because it's very important to show just how correct I've been about the stock for a long time. I've covered the stock, well, far away, right? Way back in the day when the stock was up here. I mean, this is back in 2013, right? So we're still far away from that point. But anyways, right? Because the stock, I remember people on the earnings were going crazy. BlackBerry. Now these are different BlackBerry longs, and this kaput. Look at the stock. This practically crumbled again, 100% from this point to this point, right? But nobody wants to talk about that. But anyway, despite the point. And of course, we had some nice rallies. This was the last good rally because this was the last earnings play. This was the last good real moving action until we faltered again on, on news. But anyways, let's get to my my update, and let's just see how correct I was about all this. So let's take a look here. I want to explain this update. So on December the 31st, you can see that here. You can see the date on the chart, right? I made a snapshot, and I made this chart. The only on the 31st, this wasn't there. This is an update that I then drew into the chart, updated the chart, right? I didn't want to rewrite all this, but I want to explain what I said here. So I looked at that this could have a good targets, 13 to 1450, and that the options could do very well, right? But I also explained what we needed to do as we broke the key levels. Now, on the December the 31st post, I basically said that BlackBerry needs to break above the 1130, 1150 area on some strong volume. And of course, I explained that BBRY should be able to have 20 million shares traded by 12 p.m. to be considered high volume, or in the first 30 minutes, a good sign would be 7 to 10 million in the first 30 minutes of trading. This is key. It is time for the stock to show us some power or just fade and chop like it has done in all 2014. I am looking for the power. There are no more excuses for this company. Avoid it without the volume, as this will most likely chop and fade. But if I see the right price action and volume, I will jump all over this plan. Right? Then on this January the 5th, right over here, in the same chart, I made an update, and I posted this on the BlackBerry board as well. But I gave it new entry points, and it failed again. Now, let's take a look. So here the stock was over here. Most people were like thinking this is going to go somewhere, right? There were so many other so-called bullish longs posting false information, but only Power Trigger Trade posted the facts. And what did the stock do? That there was no volume. Look at the anemic volume. It could not break up and confirm my numbers. Neither with price action or thing. And what did they do? They slowly faded this lower. Now all of a sudden today we get this huge move because of the Samsung, not because of the stock company doing well, but because of a rumor of a takeover rumor. That's the worst thing you want. That's the worst way for the stock to go up, because this is not going to be taken over. That's not what that's not what they want. They want to try to make this company profitable, right? So this is not the way to go. This is probably going to cause more damage than good. But anyways, let's take a look at the key points and how I was correct of how this stock needs volume and what did it do? Move up. So let's take a look at it. Just proves one point, people, here. Look at the volume here. Let me show you this here. 26.5 million in 10 minutes. I'm talking about half an hour, 7 to 10 million, and here in 10 minutes at the 26. So as you can see, the volume is there if the stock really wants to move, but this stock needs to move for the right reasons, and this was not the right reason. So whatever happens, if we go after hours, let's take a look at another point. So I have the after hour quote here, and the last quote before it closed was at 1078, so it lost $1.85, 81. Look at that. It's already down because they don't want to buy the Samsung. This was a rumor, so it was another game that they're playing with the stock. So more likely this will be chopping around like crazy, and not more likely not go to those targets, because this stock needs to go up based on real facts, that it's making money, that that they're based on their turnaround plan, which they're not able to do. And by having Samsung, first of all, having their problems too, by the way, fundamentally Samsung, if you look at Samsung's earnings, they're crappy, right? They don't make money. They're losing money, right? They have a good phone, they have Android operating system, but they're not making money, people. Nowhere near the money that Apple makes. Nowhere. Okay? So here's my point here. This stock needs to go up based on its profitability, not based on takeover rumors. Samsung could run this company into the ground too. What do you think? So anyways, basically what I am is a breakout specialist. I gave plans on my board, and this was posted on my board, the original, the first one, back in December. My followers will can attest to this. And this was 100%, well, actually a 200% option gain here. And it did it from my entry point. I made a plan. I posted it based on this day. The stock went lower. Then it confirmed. Actually, this day was really the really stronger confirmation. And the move produced about a 200% gain in options within 5 days, right? So I know what to look for in a price pattern, when there should be volume, and what prices for it to break for something to move. And when it usually does that, most likely, more often than not, the stocks can produce good gains, or at least small profits. But as an option player, you can't be waiting around like BlackBerry in all this chop. That's a different type of way of making money, right? Most people, if somebody bought over here and watched their investment go down over here, it's not that great. This is not what you want, right? The stock should have went higher, but it keeps failing because they failed at again for other reasons. Look at this. It was looking good, but they had no follow through. They couldn't hold key support level last time. And I even explained this, and I was right again. And so you have a lot of people this is a luck of the draw. So if you are into luck of the draw investing, well, keep patting yourself in the back. But I'm based on facts of something to go up based on patterns, like the HSY trade, like I showed you. And BlackBerry here, this move here is just a false move. It can happen, but one good thing about this day is that it showed one thing. I've been right all along. That needs a lot of volume at key price points. Not just the way it moves, but a lot of volume. We had a lot of volume on earning here, right? This was an earnings day, by the way. The stock went lower. Then they bought it up, and they moved it up higher. And what did the volume do again? Dried up. I mean, I've explained this, but there's people who keep ranting and raving. BlackBerry's going to go up. BlackBerry's going to... Look at my plan. Take a look at my plan. Did I not say positive things about this stock? I had a plan. But one thing I don't do is I don't sugarcoat it like a lot of these false people on the boards that, and there's dozens of them on the boards that say that the stock is so bullish. Okay, if it's bullish, why does it lose its gains? It's great if this would move properly, if this would follow the day this follows my instructions is the day you're going to see money up your culo. But the stock keeps failing my instructions, and it's done that all year. The only time this made real money in a sustainable move, look at this. It was here. This earnings. I called the play, the 971 breakout point, which was this day the entry, and the stock made money right away for the investors who went in this. And then I exited this day here, right here, because we violated a support, and the next day, boom, it goes lower again. Now, I didn't expect this to happen, but what I'm saying is I expected a pullback, but then we had the news, and then what did they do? Lower again. So I called this stock dozens of times correctly. So when you see a move like this, it did one thing correct based on my rules. It went up on a lot of volume, but the problem was, fundamentally, it went on a takeover rumor, and it was the last 20 minutes of trading that most of that volume came in. More than 50 million shares traded within 20 minutes, people. And where do you see that happening? When BlackBerry never does that. On real moves, it doesn't do that. So this was just a lucky move. But however, if someone bought my instructions, they would have bought in at 11 and caught the move, only to probably watch their gains completely. I didn't get in this because I didn't see that move. I didn't expect that move, right? But my point is, look at this, already down after hours. That's not what you want to see. So there it is. If you want to follow me for more great advice, and you want real plays, real strategies, where I talk about breakout points like HSY, where you could buy an option and then within a short period of time, usually, they're fast, but it could take a couple of weeks sometimes. But being able to make 100%, what does that mean? If you invest $1,000 into a stock like HSY, you would have made $2,000 profit in 5 days. And I did this with ISIS too, by the way. This is documented on my stream. You can take a look. Witnessed by my chart witness followers. I sent the plan on this day here on Friday, right? On the in the weekend, and this day the stock confirmed. But look at the stock; it's much higher. Of course I am not in at this point. I mean, I only traded at this point, and that's it. But it did produce higher gains. It is still a powerful stock, identified by yours truly, Power Trigger Trade. Where BlackBerry is going, look, you can't even compare. That's why I'm a breakout expert. I tell it how it is, and everybody on the board who's been talking about breakouts and BlackBerry, it's all based on a fictional move. This move was a crap move. Look at this. This is no good. Right? There was no volume. The only time the volume was good came at the end, and then as soon as the real news came out, they killed the stock again. Look, this is not investing. This is chopping, right? This breakout point, I never caught this either, and I explained why. I said, you want to know what? I made a video, by the way, people, that I was looking to go long, and it might confirm I was looking to go long in the 12. I think on this, towards the breakout high. Do you know what? Do you know what BlackBerry did again? Failed. It could not confirm. Therefore, it has no real moves. Look at stocks like HSY. Look at stocks like ISIS. Not only did they confirm, but they are still higher from my breakpoints. They sustain their moves even in this market conditions. That is called real identification of investing. So if you want to follow me for great advice, follow me for great advice. I tell the truth of BlackBerry, and I've done so for years. And I save people a lot of money. Thanks for listening. Like the video.